objective is to help close all extremist and terrorist safe sanctuaries in Pakistan, which is where the Taliban get indoctrinated, trained, equipped, and deployed from into Afghanistan to destabilize our country. We strongly believe that the full execution of the U.S. strategy and partnership with coastal and littoral states that share our security and development interests will not only help stabilize Afghanistan, but also ensure security as a precondition for sustainable development across our surrounding regions. Thank you very much.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've heard 4 very interesting talks covering a very wide gamut from military aspects, security concerns, energy initiatives, and the perspectives of a landlocked country, Afghanistan, which is still facing a huge amount of conflict challenges. Now the time is for the interactive session, and may we request you to pose your questions, please. On Slido. Is there anybody who's having a problem with Slido and who would like to ask a question? You can raise your hand and then I can go ahead with that. Yes. Please identify yourself and then we'll continue.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. My name is Mintu. I'm from Myanmar. My question addressed to Mr. Haidari from Afghanistan. Recently, Russia offered a helping hand to peace talks in Moscow. What is the prospect from the Afghanistan perspective? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your question. We have been in contact with the Russian Federation since this meeting that was going to happen was not going to be between the Afghan government and the Taliban based on the unprecedented peace offer made by the president. We refused to participate, but we have encouraged Russia, we have encouraged other countries to facilitate direct talks between the Afghan government and the Taliban so that we seek and achieve the goals that we desire, which is to broker a political settlement between the Afghan government and the Taliban. But talks everywhere and all the time in presence of other countries which have nothing to do with these issues or to some extent, I think would go nowhere. And so we encourage everyone to support the Afghan-led and Afghan-owned peace process based on the strategy which I discussed. Thank you.
Right. As there are no more questions, it is my very pleasant duty now to invite Mr. Shaurya Doval, Member Governing Body India Foundation, to present a memento to each of our very esteemed speakers. Commodore Steve Denton. His Excellency Fong Sabat Bufa. Shri Narendra Kumar Verma. And Mr. Ashraf Haidari. To all the speakers, may I request you to give them a very, very loud round of applause, please. And now, may I request Mr. Shaurya Doval to please deliver the vote of thanks. Okay, after the group photograph. Mr. Shaurya Doval.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great 1.5 days. Over the last 1.5 days, we've had a chance to debate the architecture for this Indian Ocean region. We've had some great ideas, great speakers, and great delegates. I'd like to thank all of you. We hope to be back with a new theme in a new country. Hopefully, with every passing Indian Ocean Conference, we will get a greater focus and a wider width in being able to involve a greater set of nations in coming up with what was our vision of the Indian Ocean region. The principles that have been elucidated here and repeated again in each of the Indian Ocean Conference continue to guide us and will be our pole star as we keep moving from conference to conference. So with this, I'd like to bring this conference to a close. I would like to thank the speakers, the delegates, our partners who helped us organize this conference, our sponsors, particularly the role of ONGC, which has been ONGC Videsh, which has been very kind enough to help us make this possible, my entire India Foundation team, and all the people who assisted them in making this possible, and finally our hosts in Vietnam, including the Sheraton Hotel. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A warm applause to all the people here. Thank you very much. Hello. Yeah. We are winding up. There is no concluding session. We are now closing this conference. Thank you.